This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutastrophe. Welcome to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. I'm the birthday boy for today, August 22nd. Why there's April? Anyway, August 22nd is a snooker player who was a legend in the 1980s. The game of snooker, kind of like pool, but you have to hit balls into the pockets at a certain color sequence. Anyway, he dominated snooker in the 1980s. He got to 8 World Snooker Finals in 9 years, winning 6 of them. He was a legend and all that, despite losing the 1985 World Final, which was an amazing World Championship. And that was after midnight English time. And the conclusion attracted 18 million viewers, which is still a BBC Two record to this day. And this is like almost 40 years later. Anyway, this guy also won the UK Championship 6 times and the Masters 3 times. 15 Triple Crown titles, third behind only Ronnie O'Sullivan and Stephen Hendry. It was amazing, all that. He got to the quarterfinals in 2010 at the plum age of 53. He retired in 2016 and is still a commentator for snooker for BBC. He is Steve Davis. Steve Davis was born in London, England, in a place called Plumstead. And he liked playing snooker and all that. He looked pretty good and all that. In 1979, he made his first appearance at the World Snooker Championships, having won a couple qualifiers, but he lost in the first round to Dennis Taylor. In 1980, he got to the quarterfinals before losing to Alex Hurricane Higgins. In 1981, he was the bookmaker's favorite to win it, despite being seeded 13th. But Davis got to the final, defeating Doug Montjoy and Cliff Thornburn on his way to the title. Pissing me off because Thornburn, is Canadian. So it was amazing and all that. So he got shocked in the 1982 World Championships in the first round by Tony Knowles. He had 18-month dominance and all that. He crushed Cliff Thornburn in the World Snooker Final in 83. Team 6. And then he ended up being the first player in a while to win back-to-back titles, taking Jimmy White 18-16 in the final. Now obviously you have to get the most points. A 147 is the maximum. You score the most points in that frame, you win the frame, and you have to get a certain number. In 1985, he looked good. He took care of Neil Foltz, David Taylor, Griffiths, and Ray Reardon to get to the final against Dennis Taylor. Davis looked pretty good. He was up 8-0 before Taylor made it 9-7. It was a tight match. It was 17-17, which meant there was a deciding frame. All that. Davis was up 62-59 in the frame, which meant that whoever potted the black ball, any one of them would win the title, no matter what, because they were worth enough points. Both players made big attempts, but failed miserably. Davis had a couple of great chances, but he fumbled it. Dennis Taylor got the ball in, and it was 18.5 million things and all that. It was made the 9th greatest sporting moment of all time in a Channel 4 British Channel 4 poll and all that. They called it the Black Ball Final. Davis got his revenge at the 1985 Grand Prix. At the 86 World Championships, Davis got to the final by taking down Thorburn in the semis. He would face Joe Johnson, who was an outsider at odds of 150 to 1, and shocked everyone by winning the championship over Davis 18-12. It was amazing. It was like, what the heck? At the Worlds in 87, he would meet Joe Johnson again. But Davis would get his revenge winning 18-14. At the 1989, at the 1988 World Championship, 89 World Championships, Davis would face Griffiths in the final, and Davis would win. So he looked pretty good. So he's won 6 titles. Davis got to the World Championship in 1990, but lost to John Parrott 16-10. He didn't look good in 92 as he lost in the first round to Peter Epton. 93, he lost to McManus in the second round. 90, no. Well, anyway, he would keep trying to be one of the best players of all time. In 2010, he had to qualify for the 2010 World Championships. He took down Mark King in the first round, and then and then in the second round, he beat John Higgins, who was the defending champion. It was amazing. It was an upset, making him the oldest world quarterfinalist since 1983. But he lost to the Australian Neil Robertson. He could not qualify for the tournament again before his retirement. So he tried his best. So Davis actually has participated in 9-ball pool events and created the Moscone Cup, the 9-ball tournament contested between Europe and the United States. He actually represented Europe 11 times in 9-ball pool and helped them win 2 titles. So, yeah, he did. He was actually a proficient poker player. And he actually competed in the 2003 Poker Million final table. He actually took part in the World Series of Poker, winning decent amounts of money and all that. Davis was known for his coolness and conduct in high-pressure situations, and his initial lack of emotional expression and monotone interview style earned him a reputation as boring and spitting image that satirical TV series always got him industry. And fortunately for Steve Davis, he actually played into the image and all that. Steve Davis even had time done many times, been on, they think it's all over, the famous British sports TV show. And all that, being captain and all that. So, anyway. Steve Davis would actually be part of a song called Snooker Loopy, a novelty record which was a top 10 hit and all that. So Davis was the man of the 1980s, one of the greatest players of all time. Anyway, before the first semifinal of the 2010 World Championship, Steve Davis and Dennis Taylor would take part in a reenactment of their historic final frame. Taylor wore a pair of comically oversized glasses, and Davis would wear a red wig because, Davis's hair and all that. In 1988, Davis became the only snooker player in history to be named BBC Sports Personality of the Year. It was made an MBE. Then it got upgraded to an OBE in 2000. And is on the board of Leyden Orient Football Club, despite the fact that he's a Charlton fan most of his life. He would divorce his first wife after 15 years of marriage. Kind of stupid, don't you think? But yeah. Guy won many world championships, winning 6 world championships. 81, 83, 84, 80 no, sorry. Yeah, 81, 83, 84, 87, 88, and 89. So, well, all more power to him, but, you know, he's got to be what he's got to be and all that. So, yeah, he did his job. Being a great snooker player and a great personality for Frank, think that it's all over. His life is not over. Thanks you very much. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.